Yes, good evening. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. We've got Premier League games going on tonight. We've got transfer news going on, but unfortunately, not a lot of it. Not a lot of it is going on at the moment. It's been probably the quietest transfer deadline day I've ever seen, ever. And probably the worst transfer window I think I've ever seen. But it is what it is. It is what it is. What can we do? Look, at the end of the day, Tottenham done our business in the first. What did we do our business in? The first 10, 11, 12 days of the window. We knew nothing else would be coming in. I think a lot of people had hoped things would come in, but they didn't. And throughout today, I'm just having a little look at what are the best signings that have been made. There isn't really anything for the Premier League that's screaming out to me, if I'm brutally honest. But what I can tell you is that West Ham are losing 1-0 at home. Calvin Phillips on his West Ham debut, giving the ball away a bit like a doggy yesterday. And West Ham were punished by Bournemouth. So it's West Ham United 0, Bournemouth 1 with 8 minutes gone in that game. The biggest news of the day has been that Ferrari have confirmed that Lewis Hamilton will join them in 2025. Other than that, there hasn't really been anything. I wish I could come on here tonight and say to you that we're missing loads and loads of news and that lots was going to happen, and stick with me. But unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. So I'm not able to do that. So it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on the transfer window in general. Let me know your thoughts on why has this transfer window been so slow compared to others? What's going on? Why are we not seeing the number of signings? Is it anything to do with Chelsea's antics the last few windows? Is it anything to do with? So I'm just having a little look here. Is it anything to do with FFP? What is it to do with? Why has everything gone very, very quiet in the market? I don't know. But tonight, as I said, we've got West Ham United. I'll be watching that game versus Bournemouth. I've got West Ham there. I've got Sky Sports News for any breaking transfers there. I've got Fabrizio Romano on another tab here. And we'll have the Man United Wolves game on the phone. So everything is happening at the moment. Everything is happening whilst nothing is happening. The news coming in for Tottenham Hotspur. Let me just see what Fabrizio Romano has said. Fabrizio Romano has said this. It's not even worth me bringing up. So I understand that Brian Hill has not changed his mind. He's staying at Tottenham despite many links. Hill never wanted to make another loan move in January, and this hasn't changed so far. Brian happy at Spurs and ready to do his best. Now, again, this is the second player that's talking like this after Højbjerg. Is this another sign of we can't shift footballers? Let's be fair. I mean, if we can't get rid of the likes of Højbjerg, Brian Hill, when their contracts have got, a year and a half left on them, where do we make our money from? There's my question. I'm going to you. Where do we make our money from? I'll leave that with you while I have a look, see who's in the house. Amy is in the house and said, Brian Hill staying at Spurs. Yes, he is. I don't know why. I just can't see, especially when Son's back. Where is this guy going to get any game time from? You've got Kulusevski, Solomon, Brennan Johnson, Richarlison, Son, Werner. Where does this guy think he's going to get game time from? But the other deal that does look like it's going to go through is Veliz. It does look like Leo Veliz is on his way Leo Veliz is on his way to Sevilla to help out Sevilla in a relegation battle. I don't know. Will he get game time? Is it worth him going there? I'm not so sure. But good evening to Sills Diamond. Said, evening, Sava. All set for a normal Spurs night of nothingness. Smash the likes, people. Yeah, I do feel that we missed a trick here. I did a video on it yesterday. I do feel that we missed a trick and we really could have capitalised on some of the other teams not having the money that we've got. But it is what it is. Get the fraud Arteta out of my club. So big up everyone in the footballing community. Big up to you, my friend. I hope you are well. Yeah, yeah, unfortunately so. Unfortunately so. Yeah, Brian Hill. Listen, I feel it's a shame for me. I think this guy needs to find a home, somewhere to play football. And let's be brutally honest, I don't think Spurs is his home. Adiz is coming to say, yeah, Alezo, Veliz to Sevilla, absolutely. And Evening Sava, honestly, no, we're not going to sign anyone. I think we know that, right? I think deep down in our hearts, we all knew that a long time ago. Martin has said we are favourites for the top four by the bookies. That doesn't surprise me. Aston Villa have a lot of games of football to play. Aston Villa in Europe, it looks like it could help us. But for me, I don't see any reason why we can't get it. We should be getting it from this position. Amy has said 1-0 Bournemouth. Yes, this was a few minutes ago. So apologies, I'm just catching up. Another window where we prove we are not a serious club, says Daniel Turner. Yeah, listen, I think we done, I feel like we done a bit of the bare minimum, to be brutally honest with you. But hey, it is what it is. We go again. And we can have the same conversation in the summer transfer window when people will find another excuse for us not really capitalising. In this game I'm watching at the moment, it is still West Ham United 0, Bournemouth 1. West Ham are trying their best to get back in the game, but that early mistake has meant that Bournemouth are 1-0 up, and it was Dominic Solanke who got the goal, his 13th of the season, and he's now the top goal-scoring English player in the Premier League. Big up to Ryan G. Ryan, yes, your team are playing tonight as well, aren't they? So we'll be going over to that game as well. Big up to Mark Cook. So just noticed, yes, absolutely. Boom. Good times yesterday. Atletico Madrid with the goal in the last dying seconds of the game, really. They already had a goal disallowed on the 84th minute and then scored in, I think, the 91st. So that was all good. Yes, Dominic Solanke. Yes, hence why I never thought they were going to sell him. But here's West Ham. They've got a chance here with Jared Bowen. It's just gone a bit wide. It's been mostly West Ham since the goal. And Jared Bowen gives the ball away. Yeah, early night for you tonight. Michael Bridge went home at about 6 p.m. Yes. Is it okay? Wanyama's in pajamas always tells me when I should be streaming or not. So is it okay if I'm streaming? Let me know. I don't want to stream if I'm not allowed to. Stay humble, said Philip makes big error to help Bournemouth score. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's actually put in some good tackles since that's happened, but I feel for the lad. I really, really do. He's going to need some game time, isn't he, to get back into the swing of things. Big up to Mario in the chat. Big up, another channel member. Big up to Ryan G. Stay Humble, who's a channel member as well. Ryan G is a channel member. And Anna Dawes is a channel member. And she's been kind enough to put in a super chat. So big up to you, Anna. Thank you. You're always very, very generous. Said, loaning Veliz is a bad idea. High-tempo pressing games will incur injuries. Our attacking options are thin. We need him on the bench. Look, it's interesting, isn't it? Because, he hasn't really, but even before the injury, he wasn't really given any time, was he? He wasn't given a run out. And then he's injured for 2 months, and then all of a sudden he's going out on loan. So it's very interesting. Let me know in the chat, what's everyone think? Bothered about Véliz going or not? For me, I'll let you know where I am on this matter. I think if Tottenham have guaranteed with Sevilla he's going to get minutes, I think it's worthwhile getting minutes in a top European league. If he's not going to get minutes, then for me, it just seems pointless because it'll be a little bit like Scarlet. But we'll see, won't we? We'll see. It looks like that deal's going to get over the line. I'll keep you updated over the next couple of hours. Tottenham fan doing stuff. I said, hello, Sava, how are you doing? I am doing fine. How are you doing? Other than doing stuff. Big up to Jack Herbert. Big up to you, man. Said a good result yesterday, but a lot of work to do. Absolutely. Can't sum it up better than that. Nige of Pure Coy said, if West Ham lose tonight, we can only throw away a top 5 finish, surely. Oh, for sure. As it stands, this is a live league table. As it stands, West Ham are 8 points behind Tottenham and Villa, which is a 3-game swing. So in our last 16, if we won 10, they'd have to win 13. So, yes, it's a huge swing. And, yeah, I can imagine if they lose this, they are then firmly in that pack for for the 6th, 7th, 8th finishes. Amy has said Ajax have signed Julian Fiek from Borussia Dortmund. Interesting. So there are signings, but most of the signings that are going on, they appear to be from across Europe rather than anything in the Premier League. Chat Sports says Solanke will be over 100 million by the end of the season with the lack of strikers about. I think if anyone was going to pay 100 million for Dominic Solanke, I would laugh at them in a big, big way. He's done well, but he's never 100 million. Dave O'Hanlon said, I think it's a very sensible January window. At least we're ending a window with no serious gaps in the squad. I completely disagree. I think we're very lightweight up front. I think we're very lightweight on the right wing. I don't agree, but listen, each to their own, Dave. Listen, it's all opinions at the end of the day, my friend. Absolutely. Nice win on the ACCA for the lads last night. Big up, stay humble. Absolutely. Big up to Donna Cullen in the chat who said, I'm also a channel member. I hadn't seen you post until then. So big up to you. The White Rooster said, FFP is the Batman of the Gotham Premier League. Everyone has gone underground. Love how Sky Sports News had to launch the Fury versus Usyk trailer to keep punters watching. Yeah, I think this must be a nightmare for them. I mean, they plug the transfer deadline day so massively, don't they? And then nothing has happened. You know, even Romano's been sort of taking the piss a little bit on his channel, taking the piss out of himself as to how slow it's been today. Big Phil Hickins said, are we signing Lucas Bergvall? No, as far as I know, it looks like he's going to Barcelona. Is anyone bothered, though? I mean, do we really want to be signing more 17-year-olds, more 18-year-olds? I don't know, do we? Each to their own. This game has just got a little bit scrappy here. And then don't forget the Man United away at Wolves kicks off at 8:15. So that game will kick off in 25 minutes. Sorry, that game will kick off in 25 minutes. Evening, Rob Brown said, evening, Sava. If we can't shift players, do you think we should let their contracts run down or renew them, hope to sell in the future? I think it's a really difficult one because do you want to lose them for no money? But if you give them a new contract, it's then harder to get clubs to come in and buy them, isn't it? I don't know. I really don't know, mate. I'm not sure. But it does seem that we really struggle. We really struggle to let go of players, don't we? I know Lloris wasn't playing anyway. You know, Eric Dyer's finally gone after 10 years at the club. But we do struggle in general, don't we? Let's see where we are. Mr. Sava, are you surprised Timo Werner received player of the match? I thought Richarlison got player of the match, didn't he? I'd be surprised if now Timo Werner received player of the match. Ryan G saying, I was hoping we'd sign the Corinthian striker, Yuri Alberto. Is this the guy that used to play for, am I thinking of a different Alberto? Used to play for Lazio. Am I thinking of a different Alberto? Let me know. Solanke isn't 100 million. No, not. Listen, if Dominic Solanke is ever 100 million pounds, you know that football is completely dead and buried, don't you? You know that football is completely dead and buried. It just can't be. It really, really can't be. Where are we? Hang on. Bear with me 1 second. I think football is completely dead and buried if Dominic Solanke goes for anywhere near to 100 million pounds. Check Tottenham social media pages. It gave to Werner. I mean, the official game went to Richie, but okay. Lee Jennings said, evening, mate. Looks like Solanke is having his medical before signing later tonight. Yeah, he's having what the Spurs of Levy has said to him. Look, just play 90 minutes tonight. When you've finished at West Ham, quickly get an Uber over to Tottenham. Listen, by the way, if anyone thought me going live tonight, I didn't have any hope that Spurs were going to do anything, by the way. I just thought, listen, we'll do a little show. We've got a couple of Premier League games on. Surely there'll be someone who does something. And the biggest deal, it looks like Brozier going to Fulham on loan. Fulham on loan for £4 million for Brozier. Someone worked it out earlier. It works out something like £1,000 per game if he plays every game between now and the end of the season. It's a lot of money for a bloke that doesn't score many goals. They're just on Sky Sports. I've got that in front of me as well as the West Ham game. Michael Bridge is just on the TV. I can't imagine what he's saying. I can't imagine he's saying a lot. He's outside the Tottenham training ground. I can't imagine he is saying anything of note. I'm sure some of you will be watching him. I don't know a lot about him. I know that everyone's talking about him being the next big thing, but listen, I've seen many kids being talked about as the next big thing. Ryan G has said Al Nassr 6 into Miami 0. Messi and Ronaldo both not playing. Oh wow, are they really both not playing? Surely that would have been the point of the game, wouldn't it? Chelsea fans pissed off at Broja leaving. Oh, they haven't got a striker. That's the interesting thing. Chelsea do not have a striker. Haven't bought anyone. But listen, I don't know. I'm not a Chelsea fan. Maybe Ange is the players he wants. Yeah, sure. Miss Savage, you think Udogie needs to improve his defence, or yesterday was a one-off error confusion? Listen, he's 21 years of age. Of course he needs to improve. All players need to improve. Look, he had a bad game. Players will have bad games. There's no problem with that. He's got to dust himself off and keep going. Mistakes are going to happen. People pointing out that he had a bad game and making mistakes. They're not criticising him. They're just saying, hey, you had a bad game. He'll know that in himself. Mark Cook said, Savage, you think the invitation of Udogie and Porro is to our detriment when Spurs haven't got the ball? Oh, the invitation. Sorry, I read that wrong. I do think that it's always going to leave us open. I think we know that. I think we've seen that massively. But that's the way we're going to play. And as Sean always says, the bitter with the better. You've got to, this is the way we play. And we have to deal with it. But we are always going to give away a lot of chances because of how we play. Boxing Hotspur has said Alex Scott is a cracking player. Glad he's fit now. Yeah, he's a very good young player. I think Bournemouth have got a good player there on their hands. I think we all said that in the last window, right? Good signing for Bournemouth. Michael Hughes said, you said we're light up front, but we scored in 34 consecutive matches, a club record, and among the greatest streaks in Premiership history. And what does that win you? I don't get it. Who cares? Who really cares? It's like when Spurs fans were celebrating the goals and assists combination of Son and Kane more than anyone else. These things don't matter to me. Look, I truly believe that without Sonny, we look very lightweight up front. You're going to get away with it against Brentford. In other games, we have not looked like getting away with it without Sonny. So for me, I still think we're very, very lightweight up front. It's only my opinion. Maybe I'll be wrong, but what I saw against Man United, lightweight up front. What I saw against Man City, lightweight up front. And for most of yesterday, apart from a 10-minute spell, we looked really lackluster in that area. Look, I think on the counter-attack, we're very good every now and then. A bit like Conte, if I'm honest. But our all-round play up the top for me isn't great. The White Rooster, hang on, here's Bournemouth again. They're giving the ball away. I thought they were in there. 25 minutes gone here, by the way. West Ham 0, Bournemouth 1. The White Rooster said Rashford starting tonight means the inmates are running the asylum at United. Interesting to see what Ange would do if the rules were broken in our ranks. Yeah, it would be interesting. Look, I feel like they don't have a lot of option, Man United. I mean, listen, I'm not saying it's right. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and the outs of it. So I just don't know. I don't know. Sorry, somebody just sent me a message saying we had the third best defence until Veliz Romero got injured and suspended. I don't know why. Some people send me some, I don't know. Some people just send me stuff on YouTube and I don't actually know why, but okay. Honestly, whatever I come out with, people will try and give me reasons as to why I'm wrong. We have got this great attack. We have got this great defence. I'll always say the same things. I've been hearing these things for 10, 15, 20 years. If our attack's so great, if our defence is so great, if our midfield is so great, if all our players are so great, why don't we win anything? Why don't we win anything? I mean, I heard that Poch was great and Jose's great and the players are great and the owners are great and everything's great, but we never win anything. And then I'm still wrong every season. So We'll see. Amy has said Veliz leaving quick is weird. Ange hates playing younger players. I do think that he has shown a real hesitancy to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. Big up to you, Striker. I hope you're well. Good evening to you. West Ham struggling to get in behind Bournemouth here, to be honest with you. I think Zabanyi has played really, really well in this game from what I've seen. Good little player in. Spurs King has said Martinez, Varane and Casemiro starting. Man United back to full strength. 1 second. Oh, I thought it was in there. Yeah, West Ham really struggling to get the ball into the box here, to be brutally honest with you. Spurs need another centre-back. I still think for next year we'll definitely need another centre-back. When you go into Europe, you've got to have more than 3. I think next year, yeah, we definitely need another centre-half. So I agree with you, Amy. Jack Herbert said the defence did worry me all night yesterday. We give teams so much space. I agree, but if you say that, everyone just says our defence is brilliant, which is worrying because I saw them making mistake after mistake after mistake. But there's always an excuse. Jack, you know me. There's always an excuse with our fans. It doesn't matter what happens. It's always an excuse. Donna, Sinister Sava, who would you want to see win next week, Arsenal or Liverpool? If it's a draw, we can be nearing to the title race. I don't want either of them to win. I think Liverpool will win. I don't do the title race talk. You must watch me enough now to know that. I think any talk of Spurs winning a title is absolutely crazy. I think it has been all season. We're currently 8 points off the title. I think if that doesn't tell you, if anyone watched Spurs play last night and thinks that team can win a title, I truly worry. Neil George, I completely agree with you, mate. I think we need a Vlahovic. I think we need a Tony. We need a Vlahovic. We need somebody up there that really scares teams. You know, Richarlison's done well. Credit where it's due. I think everyone knows my opinion on him. Credit where it's due. But, you know, you can't constantly just score tap-ins. At some point, you need a striker to make things happen. You need a striker that will score out of nothing. You need a striker that bullies the opposition. So I agree with you, Neil George. If Arsenal lose and we win, we're tied, Donna. Yeah, there is that way of looking at it. I think the title's gone, so I would rather Liverpool won that game and Arsenal were kept back in with us rather than pushing up towards the other two. The fact Richarlison is our second best attacker this season says it all. I agree with you. Completely agree with you. I really, really do. Ryan said they played their full 11 against us in the first game of the season and we absolutely battered them. Yeah, was that the punching incident, Ryan? God, that feels like ages ago now. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Yeah, it feels like ages ago, doesn't it? Yeah, West Ham really struggling, by the way, in this game. And I'm waiting for some form of breaking news. There's nothing breaking at all in terms of transfer deadline. Mark Cooker said, make sure to like and subscribe to Sava. Big up, everyone. Big up to you, Mark. Thank you. Yeah, let's smash those like buttons. We should be on more than 58. And we haven't had a subscriber tonight. So if anyone hasn't subscribed, please do. The link is in the chat. For those of you that haven't watched my shows before, everyone knows they're slightly more chilled. We go back and forth with the chats. Some people don't like that. Some people see it as a sign of disrespect that I bring up a comment and then I agree or disagree with it. But I see it as interacting. So everyone knows if they put a comment in and I read it out, I'm not always just going to say yes just because I'm the host. I'm gonna be honest with you and be myself. What have I missed? That boxing up for 57. Would you say Julian Alvarez is shit? Why have you said that? He said the fact that Richarlison is our second best attacker. Why have you said that? Anyway, I don't know. It's nothing to do with me. Chat Sport said, what's the full strength for Man United? Newport put their full strength team to the test. Interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Newport, I was really hoping they'd get that goal, but I think United's quality shone out in the end, didn't it? It really did. Glitter World said, looks like we are not signing anyone else. Yeah, I think we knew that many weeks ago that we weren't signing anyone else. Boxing Hotspur said, think Bournemouth are one of the most interesting sides to watch since Areola took over. They've definitely got better, haven't they? I think when he first went there, there was a lot of people saying he wasn't good enough. Why did they get rid of O'Neill? He's done really, really well. The White Rooster said, still think Wolves can do damage tonight. United with full strength on the season opener. O'Neill doing a top job. Upset could be on the cards. Yeah, I mean, even at this stage, is it an upset? Man United away at Wolves, is it an upset? I don't know. I mean, I think they could win tonight. I hope that you do for Ryan G's sake. For Ryan G's sake. Yeah, the striker. I said that. I think Liverpool will win. I want Liverpool to win. I don't ever want Arsenal to win a game. But it is what it is. Philly, big up my friend, big up my brother, has said perfect analysis. If Spurs were as good as the fans claim, we would be winning trophies, but it's 16 years and counting. I think this is the thing, Phil. Look, I never think Spurs are the worst team in the world. I never think we're the best team in the world. But what I do know is that every year I get told, oh, this defense is brilliant, this midfield, this forward, and this manager, and this, that, and our scouting, and Paratici's great, and the stadium's great. So, okay, cool. All of these things I'm constantly told are amazing. Constantly told amazing, but then we never win anything. It's sort of like, at what point do you have to say, well, okay, this can be improved upon? Like the guy that said, oh, I've said we're lightweight up front. I think we're lightweight up front. I watched us struggle massively to score goals against a lot of teams this season. Yeah, we can score some goals on the counter-attack, but for me, I think we're really lacking in that area. But maybe I've just got visions of being better. Yes, this absolutely. No one shoots from distance in our team. We've got to shoot more. Absolutely got to shoot more. Spurs King said Ange has been playing a doggy and Sarr. They're young players. You'll play them if they're good. No. There's a difference between playing young players that were already bought by the club that were here and were first team professionals and playing kids that are coming through the youth team. I think there's a huge difference. I mean, Papa Sarr's been a first team player in different leagues for 3 years and a international. Same with Adogi, an Italian international, played in the Italian league for 2 or 3 years. So there's a huge difference. Let's stop again. Don't be weird. It's fine. He's been decent. Listen, he does a decent job. Again, I'm just going to say he's there. I think he's there. The top clubs don't have players like that in their club. They just don't. But that's just me. Is Kulu affected by the loss of Son? He seems to take too many touches rather than shoot as he used to. He looks scared. I just don't think he's another one. He's okay. He's an okay player. But for me, nowhere near as good as a lot of our fan base wanted to make him. He's okay. He does something good every 3 or 4 games and people go, oh, Kulu's brilliant. And then he does nothing for 3 or 4 games. So for me, I'm always left disappointed by Kulusevski. Ryan has said, yeah, Sav, I still can't believe he didn't get something from the game. Yeah, talking about the beginning of the season. We were by far the better team. Cunha was just constantly running through their team. I remember that. Yeah, I like Cunha. He's a good footballer. Really good footballer. If he can sort out his goal scoring from deep as well, be a top player. Absolutely. As Ryan said, like and subscribe, people. Please do. We should be on well over 100 likes and we've only got 67. So make sure you smash that button, please. Joe has said, oh, hang on, Bournemouth are in here. Oh, great save. Whoever. Is that Areola? That's a fantastic save, that is. A really bad miss or a fantastic save. What do you think of that, people? I think he's done really well there, the goalkeeper. Do you think that quick burst of play in the second half just papered over the cracks? Yes. That 10 minutes won us the game. The rest of the game, I thought we were very, very poor. I thought the defence looked awful last night. And then I'm tuning in, watching people saying, oh, my God, Romero was a beast and Van der Ven was brilliant. And I thought the back four was all over the shop last night. But we won the game. That's what counts. Where was the pigeon last Friday when Spurs played City? I think this is the thing, Philly. For me, players like that will do well against against average teams. When you play the better teams, I don't notice these players playing. You don't notice them on the ball. But we get really excited when players do well against average teams. I don't know why, but we just do. Yeah. Robert said we can't attract the elite players signed for us. Man U and Chelsea will also strengthen again alongside City and Liverpool. When you say we cannot attract, why can't we attract? We can't attract because we won't pay and don't give big wages, or we can't attract because they don't want to come to Tottenham. Let me know. Ryan G said, I much prefer channels that interact. You do it more than 99% of YouTubers, Sarah. Yeah, I've always done it. I will always continue to do it. And this is the route. This is why I've gone down this route now for good. Stewie Spurs said, hey, Sava, not been on for ages as life has been pretty hectic. Well, listen, big up to you. Thank you for popping in now. Hope you're doing well. Definitely need some top attacking players in the summer. Yeah, for sure. I can't believe anyone's watching Spurs and thinks that we don't need better forwards. The problem is, as the last person said, you have a 10-minute spell where we score some goals and then all of a sudden it's, oh, we're all right. I watched us against Man City have one shot in the game. I think we had one shot on goal against, two shots on goal against Man United. Their keeper didn't have a lot to do either. I feel like the games like last night against teams like Brentford, who are 15th in the table, really does paper over a lot of cracks. Jared Bowen, by the way, should have just scored. He's got the ball again here, pulled it back, and it's gone out for... No, it hasn't. He's kept it in. James Ward-Prowse, no, and Bournemouth can clear. It looked like West Ham were going to equalise there. Jack Herbert said, Fabrizio Romano, Dyer, Sanchez, Aurier, Spurs. Here we go. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they all came back? Nothing would surprise me with Spurs. There's just nothing going on. There are no signings going on. Get the forward Arteta on my club and said, in that content, then you don't Arsenal to win a game. That means you won't Arsenal to be relegated. I mean, look, come on. Listen, I've been very open about this many times. I never want to see Arsenal relegated. Never. Because then it removes the rivalry between the two clubs. I never want that. I always want to play you guys each year. That's the first dates we look out for when the fixtures are made every year. So, yeah, I don't want Arsenal to get relegated. I just don't ever want you to win anything. Let's put it that way. Michael, I said Kulu is horrendous out wide, Sava. We desperately need a right winger. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. I think we need a forward and a right winger. Sava, how much do you think Levy will sort us out? Rodham for the end of the season. It depends. Any of the Spurs fans know how much longer he's got on his contract. I reckon you'll get him for 12, 10, 12, maybe. Something like that, my friend. Yeah, apparently he's doing well for you lot. Not quite good enough for us, I don't think, but definitely for you guys in that league, I think he's good. Marcus has said probably Richie's best game for us last night, but he's not good enough long term. There it is. There it is. What Marcus has done there is brilliant. Praise for one game, but long term. That's it. Happy with rebuild, but we need to buy the right players, particularly up front. Need a proper striker. No panic buys. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. I completely agree with you. Frankie Keane, hang on. So 1 second. Let me just go back to Henry, who's just messaged me. Sorry, just to come back to Henry. Yeah, absolutely. The next striker we sign, the next forward we sign, I don't want it to be a loan. I don't want it to be someone cheap, someone that could come good. It would be lovely for them to be an actual first-team striker that goes straight into the team and helps us immediately. That would be brilliant. Frankie Kiernan said, why is everybody saying we aren't going to sign anyone? Fabrizio Romano said it's 50-50 whether the young Swede signs for us or Barca. I'm not counting Lucas Bergvall as another transfer window signing. 17-year-olds. No, I'm not counting that, I'm afraid, Frankie. But hey, Simon has said, I prefer listening to Sava over all other channels. Thanks, Simon. It's very nice. Nice to hear some kind words every now and then. Thank you very much. We will get Bergvall in the next week or so. Yeah, we may do. And I'm sure in the next 3-4 years, we can wait and we'll see if he's any good. Peter Simons, good evening to you, my friend. Good evening, good evening. By the way, I am covering both the Premier League games, and I am also waiting to see if there are any breaking news stories, but there isn't anything at the moment. Yunus Kabul, big old Yunus. West Ham in again there, couldn't quite capitalise. Yunus Kabul have the biggest calves, I think, or the biggest hamstrings I think I'd ever seen. Not hamstrings, the biggest quads. Sorry, hamstrings. What am I talking about? We need a proper striker. Son was never an out-and-out striker anyway. We still need to replace Kane. Can't agree more, Jules. For me, you want Son in and around the striker to get the best out of him for me. Alpesh says, Sava, my comment on Porro was where was his assists, crossing and shooting? He has the. When was the comment on Porro? Was that this morning? Are you going back to a comment you put in this morning, Alpesh? Do you know how many hours have passed since this morning's show? He has the shot on him to score outside the box. Yeah, listen, got to shoot more. All of them got to shoot more. Got to shoot more. Phil P. I'd love Véliz to get relegated. Philly P. No, you'd miss the North London derby. You'd miss the North London derby. Mangala has signed a contract as a new Olympic Lyon player. There you go. There's some breaking news for you. And they're coming onto the pitch at Wolverhampton Wanderers as the ball's crossed in by West Ham and it's safely into the arms of the Bournemouth goalkeeper. Jules, so I'm trying to get to everyone's comments, so please bear with me. I will try and get to every one of them. As for wingers, we need to replace the whole top three. I do feel the defensive midfield can get by. I agree. I completely agree with you. The defensive midfield for me, we can add in the summer, but for me, what was really, really important, the first thing we do in the summer for me needs to be forwards. Palace and Nottingham Forest making more moves. Well, to be fair, we made our 2 moves early on, didn't we? We made our 2 moves early on, so we kind of knew what was coming. Bournemouth are in again, and another great save. Another great save. Ariola's having a blinder here. 2 one-on-ones with him. He saved them both. Alpesh said, okay, Sav, if we don't sign anyone in January, I would get the front 3 revamped in the summer. Another creative midfielder, a number 6, centre-back and a right wing. So you want 3 more up front, a creative midfielder, a number 6, a centre-back and a right wing. 7 in the summer. My worry is when we try and do too many in one summer, you end up getting 2 or 3 that are very good, and then the rest are average. We saw that in the summer. Vicario, Van der Ven, Maddison, very good, and then the rest just started to go down and down and down in quality. But, hey, listen, I don't disagree with your positions, mate. I don't disagree. Rinketic, big up, my friend. How are you, buddy? Said, hi, Sav, I hope you're well. Would you rather I'd rather Vlahovic than Osimhen. For the way we play, I'd rather Vlahovic, if I'm brutally honest. I think we need a bit of a, not a bruiser, but more of a traditional number 9, if you will. But, yes, that's who I would go for. Philly, big up, bro. Said, big up, Sava. Levy just brought forward the window. We knew there would be nothing after a Dragacine, reminiscent of 2012, a defender and an attacker. Yeah, I think that what a lot of people have done is they said it's a better window than it is because we went so early. But listen, it could have been worse, could have been better. But listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Rinketic has said Bergwijn is better. Sorry, Bergwijn? What am I doing? Bergval is better than Dijan on the ball. Kulu, for me, has far too many touches of a football. Would anyone agree with me on that? I think he has far too many touches of a football. He wants to just do so much with it rather than laying it off quickly or beating his man or having a shot. Just feels like he wants so many touches. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Bear with me 1 second. And I think that we need better than that. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think we need a lot better than him, than Werner, than Richarlison. I think they'll get you so far. And then I think if you want to be a better team, I think you need to buy better. But that's just me. That's just me. Bear with me 1 second, people. I'm just going to the betting app. Let's see. This game is about to go to half time, by the way. Bournemouth are hitting them on the break for sure. They're hitting them on the break, and they're creating chances. But oh, hang on, why can't I? What's live? Yeah, there we go. Man United, Wolves. 1 second. Let's have a look. Hang on 1 second. I just need to find something really, really quickly. Bear with me 1 second, people. I'm going to go half-time, full-time, Wolves United. Why not? Let's go for it. Half-time, full-time, Wolves. If I can find it. Why can't I find it anywhere? Half-time, full-time. Anyone know where that would be? First half. Connor's correct. Can't find it anywhere. Cannot find it anywhere. What odds do you reckon it'll be, people? There we go. First half, 6-1. 6-1. Let's do this. Let's do this, shall we? There we go. Right, so we're flicking over now to Man United away at Wolves. So it's half-time in the Crystal Palace. What am I talking about? Half-time in the West Ham game. West Ham United 0, Bournemouth 1. The mistake by Calvin Phillips on his debut. Frankie Kiernan said, fair enough, Sav. I got a feeling that Bergville will be class, though. Listen, sure, Frankie, I'm not doubting it. It's just, I think the problem for me is we've seen so many of these down the year, down the line, where we've talked about this young player is going to be class, that young player is going to be class. We've got to get him. I think you don't really know until they mature how good they're going to be. And, you know, what I don't want to do is us to be constantly buying kids. But, hey, that's just me. Boxing Hotspur says, I saw Kabul in Barkingside McDonald's a week before he scored the winner at Arsenal away. He told me not to tell anyone. He was holding a Happy Meal. Brilliant. Love that. Big Eunice Kabul and his Happy Meal. Love it. Great story. Godfrey Drummond has said, good evening, Sava. I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well with you, Godfrey. What about a stopgap loan like Tammy Abraham from Roma until we can sign the likes of Jimenez from Feyenoord? I would have taken Tammy Abraham. I believe he's injured. I'm pretty sure. Somebody else, I'm pretty sure I saw the other day that he was injured. Amy has said 1-0 to Real Madrid. Yeah, Real Madrid. Hang on. Oh, Man United have just scored a worldie, by the way. Man United have just scored a great goal. Marcus Rashford has just lashed one in to the top corner from about 20 yards, 25 yards out. It was a good goal, actually. For anyone not seen it, Man United are winning away at Wolves 1-0. Sorry, Ryan. I'm really sorry. Wacky Paranormal said, just got in. I shouldn't expect much, but we never know. Anxious few hours. No, mate, listen. I'm going to stop your nerves right there. Nothing's going to happen, my man. Nothing's going to happen. Can't even get to 100 likes, let alone signing a player. So smash that like button, people. Peter Simons said, Kulu's shooting reminds me of a poor golfer who can't draw or fade the ball. Sonny should give him a few lessons. Kulu, yeah, listen, I think he's okay. He's all right. He's all right. He's another one. He's another one that falls into that bracket of, yeah, he's okay. Like he's okay. Nothing special, but every now and then it's like Brennan Johnson's the same for me. Every 4 or 5 games they might score a tap-in and everyone loses their mind about them. But listen, we saw last night people like Neil Mulpay score tap-ins. Doesn't mean they're great. Joe, I said, why does this club insist on signing youth when they never improve their ability to become first-team players? Who was the last youth player that signed and made the team? Experience is needed. Look, I mean, you could argue that Papa Sarr, Adogi, but in general, it's not really what we do. If you're talking about 17, 18-year-olds, we had to wait 2 years or so for Papa Sarr to break into the team. I hear you. I understand. Get the fraud Arteta out of my club. Said Sava, is the North London derby still a big game? I think it's lost passion. I mean, it's definitely one I like. I look forward to. I don't. Let me know in the chat. Everyone in the chat, is the passion still there for the North London derby? What do you think? Let us know. Stack Row said, yeah, Kulu does take too many touches. To be honest, also too one-footed. Listen, I've got nothing against players if they are super one-footed. But if you are, you've got to do something brilliant with that one, with that foot. But listen, I as I said before, I don't dislike him. I don't particularly like him. And it's another meh player. Stephen Kopp. Big up to you, Stephen. I love that picture. Is that your dog or just a dog? Love that picture. I said, we'll only believe a transfer until the player is holding up that white shirt. I'm done with rumours. Yeah, I think it's all done now, by the way. I think it's all done, Stephen. Don't worry. I don't think anything's happening in this window. By the way, let's keep smashing that subscribe button, people. We should be getting at least 4 or 5 tonight. So the link is in the chat and it is pinned. And I've just put it in again now at 8:22 p.m. UK time. Alpesh says, Sava, I love the United podcasting, The Flying Pig. Can't wait to see him commentate on tonight's game. I've not seen this person. I don't know anything about that person, but I will definitely go and check him out. Ryan G said Casemiro booked already. Well, you know what you got to do then. You know what you got to do. Play on Casemiro. Phil P said, imagine if we bring in a quality striker and winger. So then Kulu, Richie, and Timo are rotation options. Yeah, imagine all those fans that want to tell me how good Timo Werner, Richarlison and Brennan Johnson are. Imagine when they see 3 top quality players, how quickly they'll change their mind. Right? Like, look at Liverpool's forwards, look at ours. I mean, it's night and day. It's night and day. Exactly, Jules. Exactly. It don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt anyone. Absolutely. Robert Wilson said, I love the North London derby, but I love the Spurs v Chelsea matches more. I mean, interesting. A lot of people talk about how that has kind of overtaken for them the derby against Arsenal for the one with Chelsea. Should have been a corner that. I thought Neto won the corner there. Simon, sorry, I was just kind of inner monologue to myself there. Simon has said there is a real shortage of good strikers nowadays. You just hear the same names over and over. Can't agree with that anymore. Absolutely bang on, Simon. Absolutely bang on. Tammy is injured. I thought so. I thought he'd been injured for a while, actually. Casemiro, huge energy and heart. Listen, you know what you're going to get from Casemiro, don't you? Yeah, sorry, Ryan. Your boys are, losing 1-0. Rinketic said, you guys remember when Everton wanted Sissoko, but Levy bought him with like 3 minutes? I know. It was the one signing I didn't want to gazump anyone for. By the way, can anyone quite believe that this is transfer deadline day? Like, nothing is happening. Like, normally by now, you've got loads of deals on the line. There's reporters going mad. There's fans outside training grounds. Everyone's excited. Then inevitably let down. Now it's just kind of like, well, West Ham are playing. Man United and Wolves are playing. Seems all a bit strange, doesn't it? Seems all a bit strange. DJ Marcus Anthony said, I saw Kabul at Pets at Home. Took a photo of him, top guy for an ex-scum. Listen, I like Big Eunice. What a giant of a man he was. In a coma. I said, Solanke is playing in London so we can sign him after their game. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Can you imagine? Sorry, Gaff, I'm just off down to Tottenham's training ground for a medical. Marcus Rashford nips in again. Didn't shoot. Casemiro does and puts it wide. Man United are hitting Wolves here on the counter-attack. Philly has said, let's continue the young firm. Kubo at Real Sociedad is young, as is Zubimendi. Why don't Spurs attempt to sign them? I'd take both of those players. Real Sociedad have got some really good players. Ron, one day you're going to have to tell me why you do this. Whenever you say my name is Jeff, obviously you know the first thing I think of, but why do you do that? You've got to let us know. By the way, here is the link. There is the link, people. I put this in earlier. Please do smash that button and help a brother out. That would be really, really, really cool of you all. Simon saying Flying Pig is too interactive for me. It's like, it feels like acting. I don't know who this is. I've not seen it. All Tobago has said, after seeing Solanke scored again, I might have a change of mind. We should sign him as a backup striker. I mean, listen, 50 million is a lot of money to spend on a backup striker. Amy has said, what is the update of Chelsea and a new stadium? I don't know. I don't really know a lot, to be honest, about that. Little fun fact for you. I used to work at Chelsea Stadium. Just thought I'd let you know that. Spurs King said Arsenal fans think their rivals are Man City. Such a deluded bunch. Yeah, Arsenal fans are crazy, but you've just got to let them run with it. They're good fun for the internet. Stephen has said, yes, my dog Sav rescued him from a person who was being savagely cruel. Oh my, Stephen, there are not many people I want to see hurt in this world. People who hurt animals. It kills me. I can't stand it. The thought of anyone harming my dog. Oh, no, I can't have it. Can't have it. Only I'm allowed to fight with my dog. Do you know what I mean? And even then, I don't win. So, can't have that. Don't like it at all. So good on you, mate, for getting a rescue. And I'm sure he's in a good home now. Richard Pugh is inside the house. I said, good evening, all. Big up, Sava. Now I am here. Let's have a like and subscribe party. Absolutely. And when Richard Pugh says it, you have to do it. So smash the likes, smash the subscribe, and big up, Richard. I hope you've had a good day, my friend. Hope you're well. Scott Hynam has now joined the chat and said, big up to all. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Scott. Big up to you. Amy said, it is boring. Our team's afraid to change their clubs this January. Listen, I think you've probably got a lot to do with FFP. Teams are scared. But what makes me laugh is one of the most active teams yet again is Nottingham Forest. And aren't they in trouble for FFP? Like, I'm so confused as to how it all works now. It just feels like, I don't know, it just feels weird. Yeah, I'm sure Fabrizio Romano is very bored. I've never seen Fabrizio Romano so quiet on a transfer deadline day. This is like Christmas Day for him. This is like Christmas Day. Nottingham Forest are now trying again for Chuba Akpom, by the way. Remember Chuba Akpom, who joined Ajax in the summer after leaving Middlesbrough, and now Forest are trying to get him. Nottingham Forest, for me, just seem to literally buy anybody and everybody that's available, don't they? They really don't seem to have much of a plan. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. 1 second. Let me see if I can get this game on the Sky Go. One sec. Yep, live that game. Yep, live. There we go. Let's 14:28. There we go. So now we should have all the games. I don't know if this game is kicked off again yet. I've got all the games plus Sky Sports plus Fabrizio Romano. It's all happening over here, people. It's all happening over here. GBC, big up to you, my friend, has said, I have a feeling Kubo will flop if he goes to the Prem side. He's very good at football, but in the Prem, we sometimes don't really play football. Who knows? Look, all I know is that the Premier League is made up of all foreign players. And listen, I don't know. Listen, it's hit or miss, isn't it, for any player going to any club? So we'll see if he does leave. Will this be the summer when things actually get done? I want to believe, but I really have my doubts. Jules, I've had my doubts every year for years and years and years. This summer, I thought we started off brilliantly. I wanted Vicario, I wanted Van der Ven, I wanted Madison. And then after that, it just started to get a little bit worse and worse and worse with every signing. But hey, that's football, right? Big up to AJ, who said, good evening, Sava, you big, beautiful bastard. So no more business. No, AJ, no more business, my friend. As I stated, we moved early to feed the narrative that things are going to be different this time. We know better. Yeah, listen, absolutely. I didn't think anything was going to change. Joseph has said, what is it like working at a rival stadium? Well, look, I worked at Chelsea because I worked for Chelsea. I didn't work for the match day staff. I actually worked on site at Chelsea Football Club. Listen, when you're in the offices are inside the stadium, right? When you work there, not everyone's Chelsea, just so you know. It's like if you went to Tottenham right now, not everyone who works there is going to be a Tottenham fan. So there's none of that really. It's just like a place of work. But what is weird is every day seeing Chelsea trophies and memorabilia and all the players on the wall and all that kind of stuff. But look, It is what it is. It is what it is. It was a good place to work, actually. Richard, don't worry if you've had a bad day today. Tomorrow is another day. It is. And that's the beauty of days. There's always another one the day after the bad one. So listen, go to bed early. Switch your phone off. Don't play any games. Don't scroll. Don't watch ugly people like me on YouTube. Switch it all off. Get some sleep and then wake up tomorrow feeling energized. That's all you've got to do, my friend. And I hope tomorrow's a better one for you. The transfer window shuts at 11, but let's be honest. I feel like it's already shut. Does anyone else feel like that? I feel like it's already shut. Can't Wolves be competent for once? Why are they losing to United? Yeah, I've been really disappointed with Wolves here, to be honest. Really, really disappointed. Sorry, Ryan. You know, hang on. This looks better, though. Hang on. Oh, final ball. It's the final ball, isn't it? It's the final ball. Richard Pugh. Sorry, not that one. Said, so why? Okay, that's not me. That's not to me. I like it when questions aren't to me. DJ Marcus and Anthony has said Forest are the equivalent of a poor Chelsea. Yeah, I just can't see what they're doing. It feels like they're changing so many players every window. Same thing I said about Chelsea. Just breathe. Have a couple of windows where you just bring in one or two and try and actually build a team, you know. But hey, it is what it is. Spurs King has said Cunha, a decent player, but goes in the category of Bolivians with a Brazilian passport. Okay, interesting to know. So I was dealing with, oh God, it's really boring. So I was dealing with their talent acquisition and dealing with their IR35. If anyone knows what that is, they'll know what that is. No, I tell you what, once I did go to the training ground, so I had to do an audit there. And when I was at the training ground, as I was approaching the front office, Tammy Abraham was getting out of the car. The car was like about half a meter off the ground. I don't know what it was. It was just a super duper car. And he got out and he was huge. Tammy Abraham was just a man mountain. I met Kurt Zuma, man mountain. And then watched them train, met the women's team as well, met Emma Hayes. But yeah, they're just normal guys. Like, it's just like a big boys club, right? It's same as any training ground you go to. Spurs King said, I used to work at the old Spurs Stadium and there was loads of Arsenal fans. Yeah, listen, people, it's the same with footballers. It's the same with football stadiums and football training grounds. They don't just hire people that support the club. But hey, it is what it is. I love that. Just smashing some Mikado. Mikado, there's just never enough for me. I love a Mikado, but I always feel like there's not enough in that little box. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's not enough. I feel like my water's going to run out as well in a minute, which is really depressing me. Stay humble. Come on. He said, West Ham are letting my acca down. Stay humble. Let's hear your acca then. What's your acca for tonight? Anyone else got an acca? Share it so we can all join in your pain or glory if it comes in or doesn't come in. Chris Sperring, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Said, I, for one, am satisfied with the business. It's just what I wanted. One ex-Chelsea striker who couldn't score for love nor money and a promising centre-back who hasn't played. It's the Spurs way. Do I detect some sarcasm there? Do I detect some sarcasm? Yeah, Man U. The thing is, I think we all knew Man U weren't going to do anything because of this takeover with why have I forgotten his name? Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I think we knew Man U weren't going to do anything. I think we knew City and Liverpool weren't. They don't really need to do anything. The ones I was surprised about is Arsenal, but apparently they haven't got the money, and we'll see. I don't know. There's some breaking news, but I thought it was football. The breaking news is something to do with the Seattle Seahawks. I've no idea about any of that, so I won't bother reading that out. Tammy Abraham he is massive. Honestly, when I met him in real life, the guy is huge. Really, really tall. Really tall. When I was there as well, I met Peter Cech. He was a really nice guy. There was a few ex-Chelsea players there. Joe said we need a Peter Odemwingie moment. Oh, wow. Do you remember this? I loved this. For anyone who doesn't know, you just got to Google it, right? Peter Odemwingie. Let me get this the right way around. He played for West Brom, turned up at the car park of QPR before the clubs had even agreed a deal. Is that right? And then the deal fell through. Yeah. Or Harry hanging out of his car window. Do you know what? I messaged Sean late last night and I said, I think we were both saying that we didn't think a lot would happen today, but we hoped it would. And then I said to him, I miss the days of Harry. You know what I mean? Harry, no more transfer today, guys. No more transfer todays. And then an hour later, Harry driving back in as someone's doing a medical. Those were the days. Those were the days. It's still 1-0 here, by the way, in the West Ham game. It is... They played 5 minutes of the second half. It's still Wolves 0, Man United 1. So both the away teams are winning 1-0 at the moment. And West Ham really struggling to get a grip. And for me, this kind of really does solidify the top 5 for both Villa and Tottenham. And it is Wolves 0, Man United 2. And it looks like another goal for Højlund. Is it Højlund? I mean, he's starting to score a few now, isn't he? I think it was Højlund. Sorry, if anyone wonders why, I know that goal probably went in a minute ago. I've got Man United on Sky Go and West Ham on normal TV. So I'll always be a few seconds behind. Let's have a look at this ball. So good ball for Garnacho out to Rashford. Rashford plays it down the line to Shaw, whips it in. Is he off? I don't know if he's offside. No, I think it was a good goal. For me, that looks like a good goal. Shouldn't be disallowing those sort of goals. Dennis said, Veliz, here we go. Oh, it's all happening, is it? Has that happened? Veliz, here we go. Let's see if we've had it. There we go. The biggest news for Tottenham on transfer deadline day. Aleo Veliz to Sevilla. Here we go. Documents just exchanged with Tottenham to complete loan deal. Medical test done earlier today as he arrived in Sevilla around lunchtime. No buy option. Back to Tottenham in June. There you go, guys and girls. That's as exciting as it gets. Listen, Foxy, for me, the deal only makes sense. It only makes sense if he's going to get game time. Otherwise, what's he going to do? Sit on a bench like Dane Scarlett did down at Ipswich? Listen, I know they're struggling, Sevilla, but hey, there is the news for Tottenham Hotspur today. The biggest news today is that Brian Hill doesn't want to leave and Véliz has gone on loan. No, you definitely will not ever see that. I don't know why. It doesn't exist. Bren from Spurs, I think it's been a decent window. Yeah, it's been decent. It's been decent. Foxy said Atleti won my 8-game ACCA yesterday. I think Atletico Madrid, who were playing the latest last night, won many people in ACCA, didn't they, last night? So, yeah, Man United 2-0 up. Rashford and Højlund. A good goal in the end, really. And Man United, it looks like they're coming forward again here. I don't know if I'm well behind. Rashford's getting in behind them every time. Ugh, that one fizzled out. Where are we? Stephen Kopp has said, your thoughts on Gaza, Sav? Wasn't it a huge shame how he went downhill? Stephen, one of the greatest players I've ever seen play football. He was just so good, wasn't he? He was so good. And that's why, Stephen, you know nowadays where you hear, oh my God, this player's brilliant. He's a baller. He's generational. He's elite. They never saw Gaza. They never saw Gaza. This guy was just different gravy. Absolutely different. Free kick to West Ham, by the way. In a dangerous position. James Ward-Prowse looks like he's going to dink it in over the top. He's gone right to the back post. He's gone all the way across. And West Ham look a bit toothless, if I'm going to be brutally honest here. Imagine losing to United. What are you, a championship club? Oh, GBC, the wind-up as always. The wind-up as always. Foxy said, concerning for any team to lose to Man United. Oh, can you imagine back in the day, losing to Man United was kind of like it was a given. It was like, yeah, it was United. They're going to win, aren't they? Now people see it as a disrespect. How times change from when I was younger. I tell you, when I was at school and college and even up until the last 10 years ago, everything was United, 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 United. Absolutely crazy. Bren from Spurs, finally something we agree on. I agree with you. For me, a player that should have been a bit part of Man United at that age, not carrying the team up front, but he started to score. I think he's got like 9 in all competitions now, and he looks like he's starting to get a lot better. Chris said, I like Højlund. He does the right things if you watch him properly. I think with good service, he will get goals. Yeah, again, another one who's 20 years of age. I think he will be a good player. Ryan, best I've seen them play in a while, typical. Well, the thing is, you would say is that Man U have got players back now, haven't they? GBC saying Sevilla have a bunch of shite players, so Veliz could get in that team easily. Well, listen, let's hope he gets minutes. Otherwise, it's pointless him going there, right? Chris, I thought that Veliz was injured as well, but apparently not. Apparently, he's not injured. By the way, in the Premier League this season, there you go. There's a stat. Percentage of goals to shots. West Ham, 14% of their shots go in. Guess who's bottom? Guess who's bottom? Tottenham Hotspur, 13.2% of our shots go in. There you go. There's an interesting little fact for you all, courtesy of TNT. Rinketic said the nicest footballers I've met is Ben Davis and Goodage from Seville. Interesting. Two very random players there. I'm not reading that out, but that is funny. Who will be in my Spurs five-a-side team? Simon, give me more context to answer. What do you mean? My Spurs five-a-side team from the current squad, from any player that's ever played for Tottenham? What do you mean? Let me know. Man City has been what Man U used to be, correct, just with better football. I haven't seen anything. No, I'm afraid not. Chris said that generational thing makes my blood boil. I agree. I think you get to a certain age and things like this make your blood boil. I really, really, really do. Hang on. Yeah, everyone knows. This is Ginola, just my favourite Spurs player of all time. Just love him. Just absolutely loved him. Just different. Don't have anything like that now. Yes, I agree. I can, all this talk of Saka, honestly, I can name 10 wingers better than him. Context, football started before 2018. Chris, you're showing your age there, mate. You're showing your age, aren't you? Getting annoyed at the word. I'll tell you what, let's play the game. Everyone knows how we play the games on my channel. Right. Give me words or phrases that drive you crazy from modern day football. So we've got one there. Hang on, West Ham are in it. That's a penalty. That's got to be he's not giving it. Moyes is going nuts. Sorry, I'll come back to that. I'll be honest, that looked an absolute stonewall penalty. Anyone in the chat watching this game? That looks an absolute stonewall penalty. If I'm wrong, I'll say it. But the first look, hang on, Kudus run at his man. Oh, that's got to be, hasn't it? Lloyd Kelly pulls him back. That's got to be a penalty. I mean, if you're not going to give that, what are you going to give? The West Ham fans are losing their mind. VAR are looking at it. I think you've got to give that, haven't you? I mean, the problem that Lloyd Kelly's got is Lloyd Kelly puts his arm over the shoulder, grabs the shirt, the player goes down. It's got to be. I'm just waiting for VAR to see. I just don't see how you can't give that. If you don't give that, right. So yes, where were we before that? I'll let you know if it's a penalty in a minute. Where were we? Right, phrases or words that that drive you crazy in in 2024 that drive you crazy? I'll start. Generational and ceiling. Generational and ceiling. Let me know any others in the chat. We'll read them out when I get there. Be nice to have a shot, so I'll take the 13.2%. By the way, the referee is coming over to the monitor. The referee's going to have a look at it. Normally, when they send the refs over, they give it. It's a long walk. He's looking at it here. Surely, isn't the point of VAR that they turn around and say they tell him it's a penalty or not? They're looking at it again and again. He's now watching it in slow-mo. He's now watching it in slow-mo. I don't know what he's going to say. Look, Lloyd Kelly's arm comes across him, grabs his shirt, then falls onto his arm. He's got to give a penalty. He simply has to give a penalty there. I mean, I don't care because it's West Ham, but if you don't give a penalty for that, then nearly every other foul I've seen this season shouldn't have been a penalty. The referee is walking over and he's given a penalty. He's given a penalty. He had to. Foxy, Veliz getting minutes ahead of En-Nesyri would surprise me. I agree with you. Mark says he met Gazza a few times. His house was on his delivery round when he was at Spurs. Such a funny fella and a fantastic talent. God, was he a good player. Simon, I'm gonna pin that comment, Simon, and come back to you. All right, mate. Just wait for the penalty stuff to finish. By the way, people, smash that like button and subscribe. Come on, people. Let's be generous now, shall we? Let's be generous. Smash that like button. We've got, how many likes have we got? We've got 137 likes. Let's keep doing that. I'm not asking for your super chats. I do ask for some likes and subscribers. So please, please do smash that subscribe button as well. James Ward-Prowse is about to step up and take the penalty for West Ham United. James Ward-Prowse is just 2 steps, maybe a 1-step run up. Keeper's on his line. Ref's blown a whistle. He steps up and it's a great penalty. 1-1. West Ham 1, Bournemouth 1. A great penalty from James Ward-Prowse and they're back in the game. Had to be given, I'm afraid. It had to. Are we still waiting on Bergvall to make his mind up? I'll be honest, I just don't care at this stage. Hotspur 82. Listen, we're not going to see anything from these 17-year-olds for years anyway, so I'm really not too generally bothered about it. But lots of people seem to think he's the next big thing. Everyone's the next big thing, aren't they? Until they're not, and we realise that we've all gone a bit too early because the player's only 17 years of age. By the way, who's going to smash that subscribe button? What, 2, 3 of you? 2, 3? Come on, people. Giving you a few hours here of entertainment, should we say. Jules has said, I honestly believe Spurs have some of the worst forwards ever, but at this time we had crap defence and on midfield. Sorry, we've had some of the best forwards ever, not worse. Sorry, I was just clearly internalising what you were saying there. Listen, we never seem to have them all at the same time, do we? Hang on, let's have a look. Hang on. 1 second. Nope. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Nope. Where is that? Open. Hang on. Let's have a look. 1 second. Bear with me, please, callers. Bear with me. Here. Can't these guys? Nope. I don't know what's going on there. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something. Going to history. Put up a single. Lost. I see. Okay. No worries at all. Right. Okay. So there we go. So West Ham. Oh, hang on. Now my iPad's trying to do something. It's trying to do a voice activated thingy majiggy. Don't know what's going on there. So yeah, no breaking news at all. There's nothing really going on. Wolves 0, Man United 2, West Ham United 1, Bournemouth 1. Let's have a little look, shall we? What that does to the Premier League table in live time. Let's see if that makes any difference at all to anything. 1 second. Let's have a look at this. Present, share screen, Premier League, share. There we go. So if we look at that, you can see there that it's not obviously can't affect the top of the table, but what it has done, it's put West Ham currently only 7 points behind Villa and Tottenham. So West Ham will need another goal so that they can get that gap down to 5. And Man United just puts them into the Europa League places above Newcastle United. So Man United just looking to slowly but surely move up that league table. So it's all been very, very interesting in terms of the Premier League table. Oh, hang on. Let's move that. Stop the screen. There we go. There we go. Let me know, guys and girls. Where were we? Where were we? Rinketic has said, I think we were talking about the same thing here. So we're talking about things that you hate in modern football. Half space, left 8. Oh, half space is all of that. He's a top player, top. Getting that a few times. XG and field tilt. Oh, my God, it's killing football, isn't it? Oh, my God. Somebody sent me last night and went, oh, Spurs' XG last night was the biggest of any team against Brentford this year. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Who watches? Who cares? None. Modern language is beautiful. Brilliant. Pronouns. Pronouns. It's got nothing to do with football, but yeah, that can get in the bin as well. Ryan reckons that his Wolves team are playing awful. Yeah, sorry about that, mate. Annoying phrases. It's a game of two halves. The new Messi. Yeah. Foxy, do you know what it is? Anytime a young player now can dribble with the ball, this guy, he is the Moldovan Messi. He is the Japanese Messi. You know what I mean? There's no more Messis. There's not another Lionel Messi out there. Mr. Kyriakou, all the way from Amsterdam. How are you, Danny, mate? Danny Kyriakou said, my hate is that nowadays, if someone makes a basic pass, everyone seems to be world class. Mate, listen, our fans do it as many as others. Arsenal fans think Saka's world class. Spurs fans, Bentancur's world class. This player's world class. Like, it's lost his meaning. Proud to be a Geordie. Said player of the match. He said it's man of the match. I won't go into that. Rob Birch said, trust the process. Give him time. He's young. I love this. This is a good game. I'm glad we started to play this game. Everyone join in. Yeah, in the early noughties, it was the new Maradona. Yeah. The only time it's been true is when Messi was young and they said, this is the next Maradona. That's the only time it's been true for me. Field tilt. What is field tilt? What a load of nonsense field tilt is. I've got no idea what a field tilt means in football. You imagine growing up. I remember when I was in the playground playing football. You know, I mean, I was constantly in detention because I went back after lunch late because we just couldn't stop playing football. You know, scuffed trousers, scuffed shoes. And I never remember anyone talking about field tilt or, you know, or XG. It was just we won, you lost. You know what I mean? SP Skywalker said, what I'd give for a front six of Ginola, Gaza, Maddison, Bale, Sheringham, Kane. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, don't worry about the defence when you got that many players. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. XG, hate it. I'm with you, Bader. I'm with you. I love this. This game, I feel like I've latched onto something here. What is field tilt? Simon, I don't think many people know because it's just pointless, whatever it is. Queen Ellie, just a girl who loves Spurs, said Ange is the best thing since sliced bread. So we have the bread saver, but we need to give him the real butter and filling so he can make the sandwich. Yeah, but Ellie, I remember hearing the same thing about Pochettino and Yo and Conte's the best manager we've ever had since sliced bread. Yeah, I hear you. And I love the use of emojis there, Ellie. 10 out of 10 for that. And you've got to give me credit. Every time I say Højbjerg now, it's because you've always corrected me. So big up to you. XG, keep it simple. Agree. Bryce, here he is. Bryce, hate the whole let me land and in the mud. In the mud has got to be in the mud has got to be in the Champions League of sayings that I hate. Oh no, football fan got prediction wrong. You're in the mud. Why? Like I say, I'm not a big fan of Richarlison and he scores a goal. You're in the mud. Why? Why am I in the mud? Oh, just ridiculous, but it's brilliant. Yeah, thank you for that one, Bryce. That's right up there. Chris said the other one I hate is finish their dinner. No, I love that. No, I love that. Chris, I'm not going to lie to you. Chris, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I always say finish their dinner or put the biscuit in the basket. But I've been saying that since I was a kid. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yes, Starboy. And your fans did this. Your fans did this with Saka, didn't you? Yeah, a goalkeeper who's good with his feet. Yeah, absolutely. What on earth is expected escapes? What is that? What is this? Escape to Victory with Sylvester Stallone and Pele? What on earth? And if you don't know what that reference means, it means you're young and well done to you. Ben from Spurs, geez, this chat is like a retirement home. No, it's just proper football, mate. Proper football. None of these hipster sayings. Where are we? Inverted. Oh, yeah, everyone's inverted. People used to just swap wings. Now they've inverted. They've done, oh, yeah, I know. We're giving Ange half a slice of bread as well. He needs both slices. Ellie, where do you get this stuff from? Oh, dearie me. Yeah, got to be up there. Got to be up there. Bigger fish to fry. Can you believe this is transfer deadline day and this is what it's come to? Like, this is what it's come to, people. By the way, thank you to everybody who has liked. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed as well. We really do appreciate it. Been a bit slow on the subscribers today, but we're doing well on the likes. So big up to you. I'll never ask for your money, but I always ask for likes and subscribers. Super chats do help the channel, but I never, ever ask for them. Bounce back ability. This, if it's what Ange wants, you know, when you go, I'm not sure about this player, but if it's what Ange wants, no, because then we verge on not having our own opinion, don't we? Mid-block. Yeah, what is a mid-block? Mid-block, what do you mean? You know, like when teams play a low block, that used to just be called defending well. Stephen Kopp has gone with Alexis Sedgley, Gazza, Waddle and Archibald. Wow. Steve Sedgley making your team there. Danny Kiriakou said, big up my brother. Big up to you, man. Another one. Players nowadays think they're far better than they are. 20 years ago, there were real top players around. Nowadays, they all think they're world-class players. Yeah, absolutely. I can't agree with you more, mate. And fans put them on that pedestal, though, right? Fans put them on that pedestal. Ange in, stay mad. I don't think anyone understands what you're saying. I think what's happened here is where people are having a bit of a laugh in the chat, you've got nothing to contribute, so you're saying silly things. I don't think anyone knows what you're talking about. Yeah. When back in the day, it was what a midfielder he is. Now he's a good midfielder, but he's an 8, not a 6, and a 4, and a 2, and a. Oh, come on! I love this. GBC, I knew you'd say something like this, mate. I knew you would. In the mud is one of my favourite sayings because it's so stupid. In the mud and let me land are words of a 5-year-old that's just learned how to talk. Top 4 is a trophy. Yes, this one. Ange Ball. Like no one's ever watched football before in their life. No manager has ever got a team pressing before. Yeah, I completely agree with you. The hockey assist, the assist before the assist. Sorry. Sorry, Will, if you're watching. These aren't things. No one cares about the assist before the assist. Even some assists are just nothing. Big up, Bobby K. You'll appreciate this. How are you doing, Bobby K? How you doing, mate? Hope you are well, my friend. Big up, much love. Hope everything is going well for you out there in the world of Canada. Bobby, phrases that drive you crazy. That's what we're playing at the moment before we move on to our next game. Yeah, Rob, we've had that one a couple of times. Absolutely. If Ange wants him, I want him. Yeah. Foxy saying inverted and pivot sayings are usually from the people that call sang. Yeah. It's I like this player, but I'm not sure if he's press resistant, or I'm not sure if he can play in the double pivot. What, the double pivot? You mean a two-man midfield? The double pivot. For me, it's calling a player a joke when they mean good. Like, oh my God, he's a joke. Like, he's too good. Yeah, that sort of thing. Oh, the best saying is Arsenal in a title race. No, we're not getting anybody. Who are you kidding? There's less than 2 hours of the window to go, and we're not in talks with anyone. No. Yeah. Chris, big up to you, man. Sorry, Spurs King. Yeah, just laughing at Chris, with Chris, yeah. Souness, what number was he? He weren't just an unreal midfielder. Completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Oh, how we laugh. How we laugh, don't we? We've got to fuel the fun somehow. We'll have a bit more of a serious football chat tomorrow morning in the 10 o'clock show, of course. Richard has said, if I had it my way, the numbers would be in sequential order on the pitch. Yeah. One, two, yeah. Old school. Good feet for a big man. Yeah, he's a footballer. Yeah. I get it. Oh, that tall bloke there can use his feet. Well, I should hope so. He's a professional footballer. Love it. Absolutely love it. Daryl said he's a long way from Starbucks. Oh, I've no idea what that means. I have no idea to this day what that means. I really, really don't. Phrases that drive me crazy. I'm tired. Maybe tomorrow. No, football related, man. Football related phrases. I see what you mean. Sorry, I see what you've done. Bobby K, I see what you've done. Oh, sorry. I thought you were calling me honey, but I see what you've done. West Ham United. No, they haven't. It was a replay. Sorry, they haven't. Ignore me. But where are we? I hate this analytics stuff. Listen, I think there's a place for it, but it's ruined football for me. It's too much field tilt, XG, possession one in the final third. He got 9 interceptions, 4 headers out of. I don't care. We know who's played well or not from watching it. You know what I mean? I didn't need stats to tell me last night, yeah, that Udogie had a bad game. I don't need stats to tell me that, right? But my eyes told me that. Yeah, backing out, just back Ange. Yeah, if you dare say anything, I didn't think we played well tonight. Back Ange. Oh my God. Richard Pugh is how I do it in Football Manager. Love that. Players are telling you, I want to be number 11. Nope, you are number 4. Nope. Do you know what? I played that a little while back for the first time in ages. And I had a little competition over Perchy, and it was the first time I played it in years. And I had to say to him, it drives me mad. They've made it so convoluted, it is unreal. Like, you don't play a player for 2 games and they're in your office. I want to leave. You promised you'd play me. It's like, whoa, like, what's going on here? Oh, going mad. Chris said Crouch had good feet for a big man on that note. He did. He really did. Danny Olmo. Yes. Absolutely. Proud to be Geordie said, a long way from Starbucks is he's a long way from being quality. Why? Why? Oh my God. Yeah. All of this, clubs aren't doing. Yeah. Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. FFP. Oi, Chris, we are the FFP champions. All right. You leave that there. We are FFP champions. I'll think of another game for us to all play in a minute, but we are the FFP champions. I'm going to turn the Man United game off there. It's half time. Yeah, listen. Sorry, mate. Bobby, I was thinking, what's he? I got it. Yeah, not tonight. Yeah. Far is McDonald's. Oh my God, that picture of him. That picture of him. You just feel like, hang on, there's breaking news in the world of football. I'm about to see what it is. Rangers have signed Oscar Cortez from Lens on loan. So Oscar Cortez from Lons on loan is joining Glasgow Rangers Football Club. That's as good as you're getting, I'm afraid, tonight. From the transfer deadline day. They used to be so good. They used to be so much fun, didn't they? Like, even as a Spurs fan, you'd be sitting there going, I know they've told us Redknapp's gone home, but I just get the feeling that he's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now you're like, oh, rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Oi, cheeky, football heritage. Oi, cheeky. It's the best saying in the world, that one. Amy, it's an official Josh Robertson signing as he's joining from Sunderland to Brighton. Yes, sorry, I did see that. I just didn't think it was I didn't think it was appropriate. Hang on. Here's West Ham. They're on the attack. Jared Bowen again. Jared Bowen, right? Watch Jared Bowen. Dangerous. Everything he does, dangerous. Running at people, driving at them, left, right, through the middle. That's the type of player I want at Spurs. Jared Bowen. Expected escapes is completing a pass while being pressed. What are we doing here? What? So the opponent is shutting me down. I've managed to pass, and it's called an escape. What are we doing in the world of football? What are we doing, people? Danny, absolutely. FFP champions, you'll never sing that. Yeah, Tony. He's got good hands. Of course he has. He's a sodding keeper. I'll tell you what, on that note, the worst saying ever is when you go, I don't rate this keeper. I mean, he's a good shot stopper. Yeah. If you are not a good shot stopper and you're in goal, what are you doing there? That's got to be the bare minimum, is that you stop shots. Oh, hey, we should write a book. Who's with me? Who knows how to write a book, and we'll write it together? Could become millionaires from this. Joseph said, did you have a uniform for Chelsea? Did it have the crest? No. What do you mean? They didn't turn up in a Chelsea suit. No, I wore my own clothes. They allowed me as an adult to wear my own clothes. What's my opinions on Louis van Gaal? That is very random. I mean, he's been a top manager over the years, hasn't he? Absolute top manager over the years. Are you coming from an angle with that one, GBC? What are you talking about? Right, come on, people. Smash the likes. Let's get a couple of subscribers in here. Come on. We've got 3 more to hit today's target. We've got 3 more to find. So big up to those of you that have. Where are we? A long way from Starbucks was originally said by Dre in training day. I see. Right. So we're using film quotes now into the football world. I like him. I rate him more than Ange and the majority of Prem managers. Well, listen, Louis van Gaal's been a world-class manager, hasn't he? Ange has got a long way to go to be at those levels. There's a reason Bowen is still at West Ham and hasn't been talked about recently. Go on, what is it? Because his numbers are fantastic. You watch him play and he's fantastic. So what are the reasons? Is it because no one's paid the money that West Ham will want, maybe? Couldn't I say that about... I'll tell you what, Ibrahim, couldn't I say that about Son? There's a reason why Son's never played for a top club. Could I say that? Yeah, I tell you, do you know, I'll tell you who's saying this. I'll tell you who thinks this is the worst saying. My wife, this is her least favourite saying because I say it all day, every day. It is what it is. She hates it. I always say it is what it is. She's like, it is what it is. Love it. Richard said, I was pissed off when Bowen went to the Spam. Yeah, I liked him when he was at Hull. I think he's a really, really good player. Jared Bowen can play in multiple positions as well. Colombiano Oscar Cortez on loan to Rangers. Yeah, I don't know anything about him, so I'll take your word on that. Yes, I absolutely love the dynamic of Peter Crouch and Abby Clancy's relationship. I think they're so funny together. I like watching them on podcasts and stuff. They're very funny. I'm not reading that out, but yes, Richard. Sava, next question could be favours Spurs chance. Oh my gosh. I don't know how long I'm going to go streaming for, Danny, before we start anymore. Yeah, in transition. Oh, they're not very good in transition. I love it. Honestly, football used to be so simple. Da 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 da. No, mate, no, Kate, big up. Thank you for smashing the like button. But no, I think we knew there wasn't going to be any signings tonight. Deep down, I don't think there's a single Spurs fan that thought we were going to sign a player tonight. But at the moment, we are about to be 7 points clear of sixth place unless West Ham find a winner. Chris said, did anyone hear the chant last night for Tony? Is Ivan Toney, you should have cashed out. Ivan Toney, you got to laugh. Van Hal is a legend. Sorry, not that one. Sorry, I'll come to that in a minute. Van Hal is a legend. Absolutely. Bowen would be our best winger. Yves Bissouma said Son played in the UEFA Champions League. So what? My point still stands. Come on, you said there's a reason Jared Bowen hasn't left West Ham. So everyone calls Son world class. Why has Son never gone to a big club? If you can answer that question, we'll have a proper conversation, my friend. At the end of the day, it's a great saying. At the end of the day, yeah, my mate always says, at the end of the day, yeah, it gets dark. Jordan Pierce has said breaking, Matt O'Reilly to Spurs. Sorry, I just woke up from a dream. Listen, I'd love Matt O'Reilly. I'd love Matt O'Reilly. I really, really would. Ellie has said, that's it. I'm here to educate Danish. Højbjerg, pronounced Højbjerg. I said Højbjerg. I keep saying Højbjerg because of you. Højbjerg. Spurs Kings. I remember when Van Hal threw himself to the ground. Oh, good times. Good times. Yeah, TAA is one of the best ever right backs. Yeah. I mean, listen, do you know how many right backs I could name throughout time better than Trent Alexander-Arnold? It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it doesn't look like Akpom is going to Nottingham Forest from Ajax. I mean, they've waited until the last day of the window, right, to try and get it done. Chris has said, right, I'm off to work. I'm off work to do in transition. I've had my expected escape. Speak to you all in the morning. Big up, Chris. Enjoy your expected escape and your transition. Big up to you, my friend. Guys, yeah, I do this a lot. I say that. Fans like you. I do. I say problem is fans like you. By the way, guys and girls, what I'll do, I will go until the end of the West Ham game. I'm not sure I can go any longer without anything happening in the world tonight. Yves Bissouma said, no, you still haven't answered my question. Some played in the Champions League and produced. Yeah, that's not what I said. I view a top club as a club that in the Champions League consistently. That's not true. West Ham are not, and Bowen hasn't joined a big team at 27. Yves Bissouma, you've not answered my question. Try answering my question. I know you won't be able to do this, but try your best, right? Son is talked about by fans as world class. Why hasn't he moved to a bigger club? There's a reason I'm asking you that. The moment you answer that, we'll be able to have the conversation about Bowen. Kyle Walker is a million times better than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Absolutely. Real Madrid 2-0 up with Joselu. Lewis, you leave it alone. That's my favourite saying. It is what it is. I think the main reason guys like Sonny and Bowen aren't at bigger clubs is because you can get better wingers for the same price they'd go for. Also, I'd say Son and Bowen are just below that level. I mean, look, I really want that guy to answer my question, not what he thinks his answer is. Sorry, not what he thinks I'm asking. And then I want to go back to him with something. Rinketica said, random thought. Is there many Cafus and Etty level wing backs today? Nope. I personally believe he's too loyal to us. I do agree with that. But there were times where we had to reject bids from Bayern. We've never rejected a bid from Son. Sorry. Has anyone in here ever known Spurs to reject a bid for Son? Clubs may have been interested, but we would have certainly known if there was a bid for Son. Come on. Let's not do this. 88 minutes exactly gone in this game, by the way. West Ham 1, Bournemouth 0. Kudus tried to get in there, but the ball hit his hand. 80 million in 2021 from who? Bayern Munich. Okay, let's have a look. Bayern Munich bid for Son. Bayern Munich bid for Hong Min Son. So I've got Bayern Munich, Son Heung-min. Bayern Munich join the race to sign, but no bid goes in. Bayern Munich are plotting a move for the Tottenham star. I can't see that. I can't see anywhere which says an actual bid has gone in for him. I can't see that a bid's gone in for him anywhere. I'm afraid. I can't see it. Some rejected a bid from Dortmund after the first season. I mean, I can't see anywhere that anyone's put in a bid for Sonny officially. That's the difference. You've got to put in the bid. Bayern made an official bid for Kane. Man City made an official bid for Kane. You know, but hey, maybe Son turned down the offers. He likes London, cares for his family, man who has settled here and has a Korean community. I mean, that's not saying a lot, is it? That's not saying a lot for ambition. Luke Littler has beaten Luke Humphreys 6-2 in the darts for anyone that cares about that. And I tell you what, I think we are going to do. I do think we will end the show there. We're going to be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. as normal, and we'll take it from there. So let's leave it there. We'll speak tomorrow. I can't see anything else is going to happen, guys, and I think I'll just be flogging a dead horse. Let me hang on 1 second before you go. Let me just quickly check something. Bear with me. Let me just check something. Let's go to. There we go. I've just sent you over to Henry's stream. I mean, if you want to stay there, please do. Show some support. Big up to everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the usual show. Take care. And as always, come on, you Spurs.